Greetings. Thanks for joining us once again. This is Greg. Today we do our usual earnings preview. Given that earnings are coming out on the 17th, I wanted to get the show out so that you can anticipate what the thinking is here on what's going to happen. So please, just a reminder, this is Greg for Teslafaninsight. Thanks for joining us. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a repeat visitor, welcome back. We also wanted to encourage you to join us on Patreon for investing in other ideas, and look forward to your support with just a like would be appreciated. So we're approaching earnings right now. We at least wanted to get a statement out there before they showed up. Now, when it comes to production numbers, as usual, we know what those are. About 90% of the story of Tesla for the quarter is known based on already having the production numbers. As you know, the second part of this is that Elon has been strategically reducing prices, and those reductions are impacting the margin sense because obviously there's a little bit of sales juicing by those price reductions. But Tesla does have the advantage of economies of scale that does allow them to maintain margins if they drop prices a little bit. So my expectation is that, we'll be in the sub 20% slightly mode for margins on the vehicles, but we have some nice things happening, which is we definitely have sort of more electric activity going, be it the incoming use of the charging networks by outsiders. We also have new installations going in of sort of large storage facility at grid scale with a lot of institutions. So the overall, I believe, is going to end up being very similar to what we had last quarter and the quarter before. As you may recall, what ended up happening is that the number came out. The hedge fund fast money guys were like, hey, we're not really happy with those numbers. You wait a few days, then we finally get a look at what the large institutions think about how the company's doing. In a high interest rate operating environment with a high cost item, for Tesla to generally be holding its own on its production and sales is actually pretty good. So I expect the same thing again for the quarter, where we get a 10 to 15% drop. And then as cooler heads prevail for the long-term institutions to get involved, I expect us to sort of rotate back to where we are now. Now, as you know, the other big deal that's happening during this earnings call is the introduction of the Cybertruck. Now, if we do finally get, I know we've got release candidates because we just saw a video related to that, but I do expect us to get some sense of what the production run is going to look like, as well as start seeing vehicles rolling out initially to employees and then the folks at the front of the line. Now, the big question is, what's the delay? Is there something wrong that's going to make this an extended delay on the Cybertruck? I would say the answer is I expect definitely by the beginning of the year we'll start decent production on it. But, I guess you don't want it out there if it's not right, because now you have all kinds of repair costs that go into that. Overall, I would say I think Tesla's in a great position, particularly with an important new product arriving. I will say my biggest surprise of what's going on right now is the fact that Ford has been slashing prices on its Lightning electric vehicles in anticipation of the arrival of the Tesla vehicle. And I was surprised by that because they're seeing light demand for all of their electric vehicles, including the Mustang. So this suggests to me that the solution that is Tesla is superior to other people's option, and therefore people are choosing to wait instead of roll to a company that may have the charging infrastructure as well as the rest of the electric technology operations that are on par with Tesla, is my expectation. So, I'd say I look forward to what we're going to get relative to earnings, etc. And I would say I'm not hugely optimistic, given that we already know what the production numbers are, and they came in sort of in line or slightly a little bit light. I don't want to get a strike with outside music from YouTube, so therefore I had to sort of minimize that sound. Any rate, I would say that the only other thing that's going on right now is obviously the semi news is up. We have almost 100 vehicles produced thus far. We covered that in our semi segment a couple of days ago. And then the other thing that we're looking for from Elon is, might there be an update now that the semi is in motion? Are we going to get the Roadster update? I've been hearing and seeing that there are people that have had opportunities to drive that, and so I think that that might be something on the horizon that we can look forward to. So overall, I would say earnings are already known. In terms of revenue side, I believe that the actual margin might come in lighter than what people expected, but it's nice to see the stock holding up at or above 250, despite them pushing through a challenging quarter with higher interest rates that affect the buying public's activities going forward. As we both know, Elon has his surprise, and whatever that surprise is, I hope it's a positive one, because the market does pay attention to what he is up to. So, at any rate, very much look forward to your comments on this, and very much look forward to some good sort of earnings trends for Tesla, given the new vehicle that's about to arrive. So, this ends our formal discussion of Tesla and what we're expecting relative to earnings. The next stage is for us to, dive into our usual health tips. There are a bunch of folks that are health professionals that watch our show. We do present ideas that have been presented by individuals that are in the health profession, and we look forward to your being part of the contribution of that. Now, we covered this months ago, but I wanted to encourage you guys, particularly as you're getting towards 60, to really concentrate on 3 times a day back bends very gently with the palms of your hands in your lower back. I feel like this is a huge deal. We haven't covered it that many times, and our physical therapist advisors recommended that you do that. He also recommended any kind of yoga that you can do to increase your flexibility, because the less flexibility, quality of life is going down with it. So I just wanted to encourage you to consider that, because we want you to be healthier and happier in the process. At any rate, wanted to thank you again once again for joining us. This is Greg for Teslafaninsight. Let's get them good numbers from Tesla if we can, especially good numbers on the outlook for the rollout of the Cybertruck. Have a great day. Bye for now. Gracias. Arrivederci. Namaste. And in Jamaica we say no respect, walk good man. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day, and bye for now.